YouTube, we have a little bit of a problem. So out this morning, spreading manure, and the front left spindle decided to leave the chat, which is a very common problem with these old girls. They do that. It's always a side. They're prone to it. Luckily for me, I had a parts business with all these, and I have a spare one. So we're going to get to it and repair it on the fly and get back to spreading manure. So stay tuned. Yeah, they're notorious for breaking in here. What happens is, when they weld the spindle up through here, I do believe it crystallizes the metal. I would say it's a metal problem for sure, because them are cast steel spindles. As you can see, they're cast, and I think it's just, with the metal fatigue, when they weld it, it gets too hot and probably crystallizes it and makes it brittle. And that's what happens over the years. Well, that come out a lot easier than I expected. Wasn't expecting that. Really wasn't. Usually you get a beat on them pins. I would say somebody maybe have been in here before. Wasn't me. Wasn't in this for sure. I bought this. Really didn't do a whole lot to it. Other than maintenance, so. I do grease it. There's the other part. So that's a good thing there. New spindle. Now, you're saying, oh my God, look how easy that is. Trust me, they do not go in this easy. Usually you got to beat and pry and everything else with these things. Okay, I'm back. Now, after a little further investigating, I realized I have a couple of my upgrade spindle kits I used to sell. I said, well, let's just put that on there, and it's a bearing that goes underneath here, and that'll help with the steering and everything else. So, because the axle sits flush on here. If I put this upgrade kit in, I'm hoping that that'll eliminate that space there on that, and we could I don't have to worry about that washer up there. And that'll help it all. That'll make it all happy as well. Question is, there it is. So where did I put my damn roll pin? Story of my life, losing stuff. Yep, that'll help. That'll help. Make sure we get the grease gun there, and well, that tightened everything up too. Alrighty, so now, if you can see, I don't have a gap in there anymore. Everything's nice and tight on that end. I guess I should have got a damn grease gun while I was out. Good Lord, now I've got to walk one more time back here. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so I do got it greased. Sorry I didn't hit the record button. You know how a grease gun works, I guess. But I want to grease all this up as well before I put that wheel back on, because this has been sitting in the garage or in the shed and parts bin, so definitely want to get that greased beforehand. And again, I make fun of Harbor Freight, but I'll tell you what, it saved my butt more times than I can count. And their tools really ain't that bad as what everybody makes them out to be. Don't get me wrong, they got some good stuff, but I tell you what, that old winch, you can't beat them winches, especially for doing this small stuff like we do. Now, don't get me wrong, on the bigger scale, on that bigger scale of things and professional people with bigger equipment, I get it. I get it. I'm just a little hobby guy down here with little garden tractors, so I'm not making a living with these tools, so I get it. So Harbor Freight does me well. Right. Well, folks, that was one of the easiest spindle swaps I have ever done. Probably not the best one for the camera, because I've had some where it's taken hours to beat that spindle out and everything else. So I would say probably somebody may have been in here with that, or it was just that worn out, and that's probably, maybe that was, it contributed to the braking factor as well. But you seen me drill out that spindle, and I'm not saying I drilled the whole thing out. It's just trying to get the burrs off of it is really all I was trying to do. If it was too sloppy, then I would have went to a 3/8 and put a bolt in like I usually do. But in this case, things worked out for the better, which I'm okay with. Sometimes the abundance comes in all kinds of different avenues and aspects in your life. Not necessarily always monetary, but maybe in other realms, like the spindle being real easy to take off. And I'm okay with that. Oh man, we're back in business. Now we can spread some more shit. Oh, pardon my language. Manure. I tell you what, that old tractor has saved my butt. Hold on, let me get this back in here and get the old girl on camera here. Alright, so shout out to my Ford LGT 125 with the service crane log skidder extraordinaire / now service truck. I cannot live without this machine. As you've seen, we did this on the fly and it worked out, so now I am ready to go spread manure, get my jobs done. And it only took about a half hour, which is great, but bringing down bottle jacks and everything else, we're trying to get a broken tractor back to the garage with a broken spindle out this thing. I don't know. It's also a tow truck, I guess, too, because I've towed many back with it. So with that being said, I know it wasn't a great video, and I didn't really expect to make a video today. I had too many things going on. I was expecting to spread manure, put this away, and I had to run and get some goat feed and everything else at the feed store. And I try to get everything in before it rains today, because boy, that rain's a-coming. It's 45 degrees. It's a-coming today, and then it's going to rain. And then it's going to be, for you Canadians, I don't know what the Celsius is, but cold. It's going to be below freezing for the next 3 days, so all this rain and stuff is going to freeze up, and it ain't going to be fun the next 3 days. I can see that, so I know how things work here in Western PA. It ain't fun. All right, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, and I will catch you on the next one.